In this video, I want to show you how to calculate your grade and how to keep calculating your grade as the term progresses. The reason I'm doing this is that I don't trust Moodle to calculate your grade for you. I don't like the fact that it does that, and sometimes Moodle uses the wrong number to calculate your grade percentages. What Moodle does correctly is show you the individual scores on your quizzes and exams. I like the fact that Moodle keeps that information there and shows it to you, and I use those numbers to calculate your grade, but I don't let Moodle calculate your grade. So what I want to show you here is how you can do it yourself in a way that we can trust more than we can trust Moodle. So I'm going to go through a hypothetical example of a hypothetical student who has gotten through the first 2 quizzes and the first 2 exams, and maybe some random assignment also. So what you can do is get a piece of paper, and if you set it up this way, you can use that one piece of paper all term long to keep calculating your grade as it changes throughout the term. So what I'm going to do is have a 5-column table. So this is going to be the assignment or quiz or exam. That's going to be 1 column, and then we're going to have points possible, and then points earned, and then we'll have a column for the ratio of points earned to points possible, and then a column for the percentage. So let's say that a hypothetical student after exam 1 wanted to sit down and calculate her score. So this hypothetical student has taken quiz 1. And that was a 10-point quiz, so there were 10 possible points. And she knows this because she remembered when she took it, or maybe she looked in the Moodle grade area where it tells possible points, and she knows that she got 7 points out of 10 on that quiz. When it comes to assignments, let's say the student did a lab assignment, we'll call it lab 1, and there were 4 points possible, and the student got 3. And then there was an exam which had 2 parts, so we'll say part 1 and part 2. Part 1 would be like, I don't know, the essay part maybe, so there were something like 10 points possible. The student got 9.5, let's say. And then the short question part is longer, 40 points possible, and let's say the student got 37. So the student did well on the exam, and that's great for the student. So now it's the time to calculate the student's grade. So how do we do that? Well, what we're going to keep doing all through the term is adding up these 2 columns. So I'm going to draw a little box here, and I'm going to add up both of these columns separately. So the total of this column is going to be 64, and the total of this column is going to be 56.5. So we'll call these the totals, or these are the totals, today's totals. And this is where this student has stopped to calculate her grade. So now what we're going to do is divide this by this to get the ratio of points earned to the points possible, and then we'll get the student's percentage. So the ratio the student has right now is 0.883. If we multiply that by 100, we get 88.3%. So that's where the student is right now in the class. The student has an 88.3. Is that an A? Is that a B? Is that an F? What grade is that? You can find that on the syllabus. So make sure you check out the syllabus. So then the class keeps going and the student has kept this piece of paper, and that's great because what we're going to do is use these numbers as a starting point, and then we're going to add the rest of the scores the student has gotten. So quiz 2, let's say exam 2 part 1 part 2, and again 40 points on that part of the exam, 10 points on that part, 10 points on the quiz, and then the student got 8 on the quiz, maybe 9 on the essay part of the exam, and struggled a little bit, got a 35 on the short question part of the exam. So again, we're going to draw a box, and we're going to calculate the current totals. That's going to be basically all of these items, but it's nice because the student has kept this number. So what she's going to do is she's going to add this number to these for a total of 124, and the student's going to add this to these to get 108.5, and the student's going to calculate the new ratio, which is going to be 0.875. Multiply that by 100 to get 87.5%. And that would be the student's new current grade score thing. So every time a new assignment happens, the student can add it to the new totals, add it here, draw another box, calculate another ratio and another percentage. If it were me, I would use a spreadsheet program to automate this so that I would just have to type some things in. But not everybody uses a spreadsheet program, and you don't have to, because if you have a calculator or if you can do long division and addition, that's all you need to keep track of your grade in this class. So I hope you will do this, and let me know if you have questions.